Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Welcome in. 100.7 The Score. It is the End of the Bench. I'm Rob Breaux, alongside Craig Wells, Lucas White, Sutton in the building today.
Cortland?
You're not going to get away from that. Oh, let's see. Lots of stuff going on. Obviously, it's week 1 of college football season. Week 0, it kind of throws me off that there were so many week 0 games because it does feel a little bit like it was more robust than years past. But you're looking at the schedule this weekend. It seems like there's the most college football games I've ever seen in my life are on this weekend. And it's a fairly packed week 1.
Yep.
I thought maybe 3 years ago was a really good week 1, just full of Power 4 matchups and some high-level G5 matchups. There were some conference games. And then the last 2 years, I just didn't think it was kind of a dud going into last year. And this year, there's 4 or 5 great Big 12 games, in my opinion. There's some SEC matchups that I think move the needle a little bit. Of course, Baylor-Auburn is one of those that's in the Big 12 and the SEC. You've got North Carolina-TCU on Monday. So there's some action here this weekend that we can really dig our teeth into.
Did I read correctly? There are 4 games involving Big 12 teams on Thursday night. Is that right?
I think there's 4 games involving Big 12 teams not on Saturday.
Okay.
I think there's at least a Thursday, Friday, Monday.
Okay. All right.
But I don't think we have 4 Thursday games. Yep. But there's at least one Thursday game in Cincinnati and Nebraska. And then that Baylor-Auburn game is on Friday.
Yeah.
So it's an exciting time. We put the line at 12.5 yesterday on Big 12 wins this weekend with 16 games. And I think it's going to be snug. Of course, you have Georgia Tech, Colorado as well. That could certainly be a loss. You have Cincinnati, Nebraska. That could be an issue. And then around the horn a little bit more, Baylor-Auburn, obviously. So there's some great games this weekend in the Big 12, and obviously Texas Tech and Arkansas Pine Bluff. We got the information packet yesterday, so we can learn everything we need to learn. Of course, the first one is more like a media guide than a game preview, but it's always fun to see. Do you like to look at the uniform tracker and all this stuff in here?
Yes.
And get your information? Yeah.
I looked like last night at UAPB's game notes, and they've got 6 or 7, 8 kids from Texas, and I thought that was interesting. Their AD and Kent Chancellor, I think, are both former students and student athletes, and there's little bitty things like that I find real interesting. Are your expectations high for the Big 12 as far as opening week? And giving last week as 0 week, not as opening week, and Big 12 1-1, so
1-2.
Yeah, that's right. Kansas, I forgot about that.
They lost one, but
yeah.
I have high expectations. I really, really think Cincinnati can be competitive against Nebraska. That's on a neutral site there in Kansas City. I really think Baylor will beat Auburn by 2 touchdowns. And that's not so much I've been high on Baylor, which I have.
Yeah.
I'm just really low on Auburn.
Yeah.
I mean, the play caller stuff, we're going to play 3 quarterbacks. I don't think Jackson Arnold has panned out. Maybe he takes a leap there at Auburn.
He is. Hugh Freeze and Auburn have given you no reason to have any confidence in them.
Yeah. I think Colorado, we have not talked really at all about Colorado this offseason beyond what is Deion's health and what is he going to do without his 3 sons on the team,
Yep.
including Travis Hunter. They've got some really good wide receivers. Again, they've reloaded that position really well.
Yep.
And they have 2 quarterbacks in Caden Salter and the 5-star freshman that I think could figure something out. I don't know what they'll be defensively. Nobody does. But last year I thought they were way better defensively than A, people gave them credit for,
Yep.
and B, than expected, especially after kind of struggling early defensively. I thought they really locked in late.
Yeah. And I think Deion's always going to be able to get skill position players.
Yes.
I mean, I think he'll relate to those guys and get guys in there that just want to be around Deion and because they think that he's going to make them better, which is a pretty good thought. But if I was a Colorado fan, I would be concerned about my offensive and defensive lines. His first class was a lot of transfers. So how many of them grew and stayed, and how many new transfers did he get on that offensive and defensive line? Because I would say if I had to give his offensive line a grade, I would say B+, because you didn't get to Shadur very many times, and I thought they were. I'm curious with Colorado. I mean, I could see them winning 6. And I could see him winning 8.
I think they brought in 7 offensive linemen.
Yeah, I figured it.
And I think 4 are starting.
Yeah.
I think they have the true sophomore 5-star left tackle. I think everybody else is going to be a transfer. And Georgia Tech, I think Georgia Tech has some solid expectations there in the ACC.
Yep.
They're certainly expected to do more in the ACC than Colorado is in the Big 12. But I think the Big 12 could have a huge weekend or a pretty bad weekend with some high-level losses and then, Tech and whoever else beating Arkansas, Pine Bluff, and Wagner and these kind of teams. Like Arizona and Hawaii is kind of a sneaky game.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be Arizona playing Hawaii. They've got a little confidence.
Yeah, well, you could have stopped there with, I don't want to be Arizona.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Now, can their quarterback win on 1 foot again?
Yeah, or run for his life and win.
Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Interesting music choices yesterday.
Did you like those?
Yeah, very interesting. Luke, I don't know if Lucas had to work real hard at that, but it was some of them you kind of scratch your head and said, I didn't know that.
I think you had to work hard to listen to some.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
I think there was 2 good songs yesterday just that I would listen to outside of it, but I had never heard the Anthrax Public Enemy rap.
I haven't either. Not until yesterday.
That was played, yeah. That was an interesting one. Of course, I don't listen to a lot of Anthrax or Public Enemy.
I was real interested to hear that you and Collier were Boys to Men and NSYNC fans.
Oh, yeah.
That was interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I would have lost a little money on that bet.
Well, you listen to things growing up, and they kind of hold a place in your heart. And
Yeah.
I don't check in much now.
I can understand why, because it's time period, for sure. But I would not have guessed it.
I'm not a lyric guy. I don't remember a lot of lyrics. I'm trying to remember other things. But I could probably sing through that NSYNC album.
Really?
Yeah. That's not something I'm proud of, but.
Yeah.
And I would say probably a couple of Boys to Men songs, too.
I had that NSYNC CD
Did you?
Celebrity CD.
Yeah. That's probably the one I was probably out of it by then.
I had No Strings Attached.
Yes.
And I had the Celebrity. Those are the two NSYNC CDs that I had.
Yeah. No Strings Attached was good. The NSYNC self-titled, the first one, the blue one with the flames on it, that's the good one.
See, even though I was not in that time period, I can't get to NSYNC and Boys to Men. I just can't get there.
The first CD I ever bought with my own money was Limp Bizkit. So I was an eclectic youth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stained was big back then.
So you're saying that your parents' music did not influence your thoughts much?
Oh, my favorite band of all time is The Police.
Okay.
And that was from my dad. And
Okay.
I on cassette, my Walkman,
Yeah.
I had Synchronicity too. That was
Okay.
I listened to that one, wore that one out.
All right.
But no, my mom like James Taylor, and that wasn't.
I
for
like
me.
your mom already.
Yeah, she's good. She's a good woman. That's just not my style, James Taylor. But no, yeah, Nazareth and Judas Priest and the classic rock. I liked that too. But I wanted to be my own own person.
Hey, I understand it. You know, little
Finger 11.
little Inagata Devita. And
Sure, yeah.
Iron Butterfly.
Yeah, there you go.
Not me.
All right, let's check the calendar.
Your daily look at what's happening in the world of sports, birthdays, and holidays. Let's check the calendar.
It is National Dog Day.
Yeah. Shout out to Charlie.
Shout out to the dogs out there. Hey, send us a photo of your dog on the chat line. That's always fun.
Yep.
We've got Penny,
Yep.
my parents' dog.
Golden Doodle. Charlie.
There's a viral thing happening on the internet right now. I don't know if y'all have seen this. There's a small white dog that has been trained by a certain song to get her treat for the day.
Gosh.
And it's this older couple. The gentleman plays the piano and the lady sings the song.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It is fun. That
It
would
is
be
hilarious.
funny. I hadn't seen it, but I'll look for that one.
Yeah, it's a Greenie.
Yep.
A Greenie song. It's National Cherry Popsicle Day.
I could be a fan of that.
It's National Toilet Paper Day.
Huh.
And it's, stay with me here, National Web Mistress Day.
Web mistress.
No, it's not what you think. This is women in STEM that are making and creating websites and maintaining them.
So what do they call a male counterpart to that?
I'm not gonna speculate.
A web mistress is female website developers.
Yes.
Boy, I learn something every day at this show.
Yeah. I almost didn't click on that one because it
Yeah, you
felt
don't
like
know
it
where
was
that's
something-
going.
felt like something else, but.
You don't know where that one's going.
Are we got any birthdays, Lucas?
We have quite a few birthdays. We have Chris Pine, the actor, turning 45 years old today. We have James Harden, turning 36. Former Nickelodeon star Keke Palmer, turning 32. Melissa McCarthy, turning 55. She's one of my favorites.
Were you a big Nickelodeon fan? I'm assuming he's been on it a long time.
I would say I'm actually kind of split. There are some Nick shows that I liked, but there are also Disney shows that I liked. I wasn't loyal to one or the other. But like Drake and Josh, iCarly, those are shows that I liked on Nickelodeon. Victorious.
I didn't watch any of those.
If my grandkids watched it, I happened to be in the room. I didn't have a choice, but
I also liked Rugrats and
there you go.
the Angry Beavers.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Real Monsters.
Real Monsters. Yeah. So I would say
Rocket Power.
I was more Wild Thornberrys.
Oh, okay.
cool.
Nickelodeon, but also Cartoon Network. I was jumping around each.
Dexter's Lab.
Yes.
Johnny Bravo. Samurai Jack.
What's Blues Cruise? Was that on Nickelodeon?
Yes.
Okay.
Pow,
Yeah.
pow, pow.
And there was another one because he left for college, and so
Yeah.
they had to bring in another
Left.
guy.
So what
Left
about
for college?
what about Teletubbies? Was that on?
I think that was a
Nickel?
PBS thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Comedian John Mulaney, 43. He's got some really funny
He's good.
bits.
He's good.
Yeah. I don't think it's down Collier's alley,
No,
but
way too exciting for Collier.
yeah, but he's definitely a funny comedian. This is down Collier's alley. Brian Kelly, Florida Georgia Line singer. He turns 40 years old today. So we got Florida Georgia Line right there.
That's a good one.
And then we got some athletes. Patrick Williams turning 24. David Price, former pitcher for the Rays, turning 40. And then Spencer Torkelson turning just 26. Still
Wow.
younger than I thought he would be. So, and then Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone, he's 45.
So a lot of people never thought he'd reach 45.
No. After the Home Alone run, he
He went south.
he's doing well though.
Yeah, he has. He's recovered.
He's married to a Nickelodeon star, Disney star. One of the two.
All right, 1939, the first Major League Baseball broadcast, and I know you've all heard of this station, W2XBS. The Reds beat the Brooklyn Dodgers at Ebbets Field, the first Major League Baseball broadcast.
1939.
1939.
Wow.
And I was not there, so. 1990, Bo Jackson hits 4 consecutive home runs.
Wow.
In 2004, the women's soccer team wins gold at the Athens Olympics. And in 2024, the Red Sox catcher, Danny Jansen, becomes the first major leaguer to play on the same two teams in the same game. And how did he do that? How did he do that?
How did he do that?
The first game he played for the Boston Red Sox was suspended to rain, and it got picked up. And in the meantime, he was traded and finished on the team that was playing the Red Sox.
I remember that. What year was that?
2024, last year.
Yeah.
And also kind of on this day, the 19th Amendment passed. The women got the right to vote.
Culkin is married to Brenda Song.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Disney Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
I never watched that. I watched all that.
Well, that's where a lot of them
But
got started.
I was younger.
Josh
or
Peck,
older than
Drake
me.
Bell,
Amanda
Amanda
Bynes.
Bynes.
Man. Talking about falling off.
Yeah.
She is struggling. All right. Lots of dogs rolling in on the chat line. Get your dogs rolling in on the chat line. You can also tell us your first CD that you bought. Somebody said Pantera, Korn, Deftones, Seven Dust, Coal Chamber, just to name a few. He has also got his photo of his dog on there. So give us those in the chat line. We'll be back for hour number 2.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back, 100.7 The Score. It's the end of the bench. Hour and a half remains today before we turn it over to the bottom line. We've got old Razzle Dazzle checking in with the first CD he ever purchased. It was Boys to Men. He says he split it with his sister. She kept it, and he never got to listen to it.
Anybody that's had
That's a
big
shame.
sisters, that's happened.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's happened.
We've got a shout out from Resident Aggie for Flash, his farming partner. It's was that a Basset Hound? We've got River on a Body of Water from Old Razzle Dazzle. 2 dogs. That is a comfortable dog right there. He is lounged
Yep.
on his back on the couch. That is
That's what you call chilling.
Yeah, that's going to be me on Sunday watching football.
Yep.
The band Cold Chamber broke up on stage, apparently.
That's probably something you'll always remember if you were at that concert.
Yeah. And then this texter sent in 2 dogs in the tree.
Yeah.
Was that a schnauzer?
Can you imagine sitting there watching a concert and the drummer and the bass player decide to walk off the stage and it's over?
Yeah.
We're not doing it anymore.
Well, who was it, the Beach Boys, or who was it that got on a physical altercation on the stage and quit?
I vaguely remember that, but I don't know.
The Beach Boys, but it was somebody.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's hit a burning question here, Lucas.
2 minutes of non-stop in-your-face inquiries with no end in sight. It's time for Burning Questions.
You ready?
I got it.
Okay. Lucas and Rob Breaux. Isn't that what they was called yesterday? Said Tim Brando and Rob Breaux.
I think they were doing Brando EAUX on there.
Talked about playing in Dublin. Talked about playing in Arrowhead Stadium. Other than the obvious Arlington, where would you like to see Texas Tech play a neutral game, and against who?
Okay, my dream here is to play Nebraska, home and home, with the third one being at Arrowhead.
Okay.
I think just with Mahomes and everything that you could do, your logo's already up on the wall. I think you have a real inside track there. I wouldn't mind playing anybody from the Big Ten at Arrowhead. I think that works out there. If I was going outside of Arrowhead, outside of Nebraska, it'd be home field advantage for a lot of these teams, but like a Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, any of those teams over there at Mercedes-Benz.
Okay.
Just there, I don't care.
That's New Orleans, right?
That's
Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's in Atlanta. That's where they play the SEC championship and everything.
Yeah.
Home field advantage, I don't care.
Yeah.
That'd be a big one just for, especially if you have some expectations early and you could really start your season off right. And if you lose, you lose. It doesn't matter because you played that team. But the dream would be a home neutral with Nebraska finishing up at Arrowhead.
Okay. Lucas? Neutral site against who?
I like the Bristol Speedway concept, doing it at a racetrack. That'd be kind of cool. Obviously, they had the baseball not too long ago, but I think Tech and Notre Dame at Bristol would be a fun matchup to watch. And then another one, going to SoFi. I want to go to SoFi Stadium. Obviously, being a Chargers fan, I want to kind of experience the kind of a new age type of stadium with the high tech, all that good stuff. So I would think with that being kind of the venue, maybe like a USC or UCLA, I know it wouldn't be a neutral site game per se, but it'd be a little easier. Maybe in Arizona State, kind of West Coast team, Oregon, just somebody on that side going to SoFi against Tech. That'd be a cool experience to see.
I totally agree. And I think San Diego is a great landing place. I'm thinking USC at Denver, Mile High Stadium.
Okay.
Yep. USC at Denver, Mile High. And Denver's easy to get to for Tech people, and I think you'd have some Big 12 people there pulling for Tech, and I just
you owe USC one too.
Yeah, and I would think early in the season, Denver can get a little dicey, but I would think maybe first or second game. But
I wouldn't mind meeting Oregon in Vegas.
Ooh, yeah.
I know a lot of people. Yeah. Vegas is not as attractive as it once was, but I think Allegiant is such a good stadium,
Mm-hmm.
and that'd be a good neutral site. I don't mind USC Denver. I mean, that's about as neutral as you can get there.
Yep.
I like that.
All right, we're going into our first game this Saturday for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Change one rule in college football. Which one would you change?
Oh, man. They tried to do it this offseason, but I don't like the automatic first down for defensive holding.
Yeah.
Especially if it's 30 yards down the field. It's a 5-yard penalty, but it's an automatic first down. Make it 10 yards, whatever it is. But if it's 3rd and 32 and you get a 5-yard penalty for a first down, that doesn't compute to me.
Good choice. Good choice. Lucas?
I've brought this up previously, and I still like the idea. I'm going to kind of go in the Canadian Football League route. There are 2 rules that I like over there that could be implemented over here. Multiple players in motion at one time. That would be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And then also getting the head start, I guess, where you can start from behind the line of scrimmage and already have a running start when they snap the ball. Give the receivers a little bit of an advantage. But I think those would be cool if they could be implemented somehow, some way into either college or into the NFL.
Especially in college with the air raid offenses.
Oh, yeah.
That 2 men in motion, that'd be really cool.
Or could you imagine the triple option teams?
Yeah.
And the flex backs are just
Yeah.
going out every which way?
You practice all year going X's so you don't run into each
Right.
other.
Backfield mesh.
Yep.
Yeah. That
Okay.
would be interesting.
Mine's pass interference. First thing I want everybody to define it and live by it. All right? What is pass interference? Then define it and live by it. Second, if it's over 15 yards, you come back and do a 15-yard penalty. If it's between
get rid of the spot foul.
Yep, and if it's between the line of scrimmage and 15 yards, then you give them where it happened. So they can get a first down out of it and so forth, but I'm not, and I don't know. I think it's too much of a game changer, and it's too subject to interpretation, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I like when it happens for you.
Yeah.
But drawing up the play action pass where you're intentionally underthrowing guys,
Yeah.
and then just having the defender run into you, it happens too much at the end of a game, and it changes the calculus. I would be into defining those rules a little more clearly.
And if you're running a go route and the quarterback throws it, regardless of where he throws it, why don't you just come to a dead stop if that guy's right behind you? He's going to run over you.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, I know.
It happens.
All right. Okay, one quick one.
Okay.
If you got fireworks at a game, when do you shoot them off? Before the game, touchdowns, after the game, halftime, when do you shoot them?
Yes. I like the national anthem,
Okay.
Rockets Red Glare shot,
Okay.
and then touchdowns. I like the fireworks. I think Gio told us he's going to do more fireworks this year, right?
Yeah.
Or not him personally, but the stadium crew.
Yeah, that's why I was at. I wonder where they're going to add them.
Yeah. Now it's a little tough to do too many fireworks before the game. You just have the fog of war over the stadium. But all right, we'll wrap up the second hour when we come back. It was the Eagles that got in the fight.
Oh, okay.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. It is the End of the Bench. Talking some depth chart here. Of course, we just saw Greg McElroy shirtless in his radio studio, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on there too as well. On I don't know where this is. WJOX 94.5. I don't know where Cade Kublik
Yeah.
and Greg McElroy. I'm sure it's in the SEC region. But There's a guy with purple gloves, and he was shirtless. So
he's either giving blood or
tattoo,
getting a tattoo. Getting a tattoo
Who
looks
knows?
like that's a distinct possibility.
Would you get a tattoo live on air?
No, that was real quick too, wasn't it? I wouldn't get one off there.
Well, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. All right, so we got the depth chart for week 1 yesterday. I'm just going to speed read through some of these positions, and I want you to give me a surprise, not surprise kind of thing. Open up our quarterback, Baron Morton, Will Hammond, Mitch Griffiths. No surprises there.
No.
Running back, Cam Dickey or Jacoby Williams, Adam Hill. And that's what was said a couple of weeks ago when we found out about Quentin Joyner, that it would be Cam Dickey as the lead back with Jacoby Williams staying in the role he was destined to be in this year, or at least planned to be in. So I don't think there's much surprise there.
40 carries. Cam Dickey gets 20 of them. Jacoby gets 15, and Adam Hill gets 5.
Yeah, and like a Big 12 game?
Yeah.
Sure, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah. We may have...
This weekend, if it's 50 carries, it'd be maybe 15.
Yeah.
15, and then somebody else. They did mention, or somebody asked in the press conference about Roy Alexander playing some running back or being in the mix at the Wildcat and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And Joey said not this week. But that is potentially part of the plan. But I don't know why you wouldn't want to burn something like that if you could break it out at Utah or something.
Yep.
Tight end, John Carlos Miller, Terrence Carter, Jason Llewellyn. And that's an or between John Carlos Miller and Terrence Carter.
And your guess?
I really like John Carlos Miller. Shocked that Terrence Carter's not just the guy.
Yeah.
And then there's an and there. But I think they're both very good. And I think this could be, hey, we're in this package. John Carlos is the starter this week. We're in another package next week, and Terrence Carter's the starter. And then week 3, neither of them start because the first play's in 5 wide.
Yeah.
And, all right, we're going to empty to catch somebody off guard.
I think our tight ends complement each other, and they bring a different skill set to the table, and that set is going to determine who carries the load.
I think you've had some pretty good tight ends in the last 3 or 4 years. You kind of broke through with the tight end usage last year with Jalen Conyers and that group, John Carlos Miller.
Yep.
I think you could have the best receiving tight ends you've had as a duo.
Yep.
Certainly in the air raid era.
Just listening over the weeks, they feel like, and I don't know because they haven't really said, but they feel like one of them's a better run blocker than the other one. They feel like one of them's a better route runner than the other one, and with all of them being good.
I was impressed with John Carlos Miller. I thought he was going to come in as a wide receiver last year, listed at tight end, just because of what he did at Elon. But I was really impressed with his run blocking last year. Reggie Virgil, Coy Aiken, Caleb Douglas, the listed receivers, with Micah Hudson behind Reggie Virgil, Roy Alexander or Kelby Valson behind Coy Aiken, and TJ West behind Caleb Douglas.
Leading receiver in your mind?
Caleb Douglas.
Okay. I mean, just this upcoming game. You think Caleb Douglas will be?
I would say that in every game.
Yeah.
Well, there will be games where Coy Aiken leads. And then maybe a game or two where Reggie Virgil gets a 60-yard bomb and leads the game.
And a lot of it's going to be up to Leftwich's offense.
Yeah.
Whether he uses that inside receiver almost like a running back,
One up to Barron.
Yeah. And runs it like, some screens and things like that. I think a lot of that will be determined by the offensive call.
I think Caleb Douglas leads in yards. I think Coy Aiken leads in receptions.
Yeah. I tell you, I got to watch a little bit of the second scrimmage, and right third, fourth play, Caleb Douglas hit Caleb on the run in about a 80-yard touchdown, it seemed like. But I'm telling you, he's got some breakaway speed.
Left to right, left tackle to right tackle, Howard Sampson, Will Jados, Sheridan Wilson, Davian Carter, Jacob Ponton.
Yeah.
I think Ponton is, as much as some other guys were injured and he practiced more, he's getting the first start, as much as it might be that, I think it's also he's just pretty good and has earned it.
Yeah.
More so he's earned it than anything else.
And, his name's been there the whole time. I mean, they've mentioned his name the whole time. So this is not a surprise to anybody, other than maybe, there may be some tweaking injuries, somewhere down that line.
I think, and Clay McGuire hinted at this, I think now Jacob Ponton started left tackle in the bowl game, but I think if Caleb Rogers was playing left tackle last year and you're more confident in that, that Jacob Ponton would have started the final 4 games at right tackle.
Yeah.
By the way, Dalton Merriman starting at Houston. And I've not seen Arizona's starting lineup, but I'm going to go around. Yesterday I was looking at, or Friday I was looking at like Michigan State and some of these, NC State where Adedire and Isaac Smith have gone. Isaac Smith was not on the depth chart at Michigan State. Neither was Devin Cromwell. And Adedire was third string. But I'd like to see the game week depth chart for both of those schools to see where some of these guys that left are landing at other Power 5 programs. Behind them, you've got the redshirt freshman Deanthus Upshaw, Vinny Scurry. Currently, Davian Carter's the backup center by Oregon State. Cash Cleveland will be back. And then Zambrano at right tackle.
Joey, in his press conference yesterday, was real high on the center position, real high on how far he had come and how much effort he had been really putting in to get better this season.
Yeah, he said Sheridan Wilson was the most improved offensive player from returner-wise.
Right.
And he was one of your better players last year for a long stretch.
Yeah.
So that could be really good news for the offensive line.
And then in this air raid, to have somebody be able to call line calls and still do his job, and I'm telling you, that's supremely important.
And you're just looking at this offensive line. That's junior, freshman. And then you go senior at left guard, and then at center, junior, freshman, and then another. Did Cash Cleveland retain his red shirt? Did he just start the final 4 games?
I think that
or
is
is he playing
correct.
more? Either way, freshman, sophomore. Then the backup, sophomore, freshman at right guard, and then you have the freshman starting at right tackle. That's not only good for this year, if you really believe in those guys to be up there, but that's really good for next year.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back, 100.7 The Score. It's the End of the Bench. Got some coaching news, football coaching news. Kind of auxiliary, but former USF coach Jim Leavitt,
who was on the list,
was on a list for Texas Tech at one time. Fired from the USF in 2010 after investigation concluded he grabbed a player by the neck and hit him. Was arrested on Monday for domestic battery and grand theft. He's accused of battering his ex-girlfriend and stealing a Louis Vuitton purse, wallet, and clutch valued up to $10,000.
Whoa.
He's scheduled to be inducted into USF's Hall of Fame this fall.
Oh.
Why?
I'll be unscheduling that real quick.
Why was that scheduled?
I don't know. It's a good question. Good question.
Now, I'm not familiar. USF has not had a rich history of football.
Yeah. Charlie Strong.
Right. But
Major Applewhite. Is he there now?
No, it's South Alabama.
South Alabama. That's right.
I don't know. That seems...
Can I throw
It seems interesting to me.
Can I throw a news flash at you also?
Okay, yeah.
Babe Ruth was arrested yesterday.
Was he?
A guy by the name of Babe Ruth, legitimate
Oh,
name.
I thought this was this day in history.
No. And only in Tennessee or Florida would this happen.
Sure.
But his name is truly Babe Ruth. He was arrested for using fake names from old Philadelphia Athletics, New York Giants teams. He would use those names to scam Social Security and all other kinds of things. And he was also, when they have a lawsuit, a group lawsuit, he would join under their names to get money. So Babe Ruth is going to be in jail for a while.
You'd think he'd use maybe a more...
Yeah. He didn't use the good players. He did use the bench warmers.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just so happens his name is Babe Ruth.
Yes. Yep.
That wasn't one of the fake names he used.
No.
So a guy named Babe Ruth
Right.
was using athletes' names.
Yes. Old baseball players that he probably played against. Old Babe probably played against them.
He's sitting around saying, man, everybody thinks of the athletes when they think of my name. Maybe there's something there.
Yeah. We'll take it and run with it.
Old Razzledal says, Benchwarmers, every single morning when I drive down Milwaukee between 82nd and 98th, there are rolls and rolls of industrial-sized toilet paper spread all over the road. Does anyone know why?
Holy smokes.
Is this residential? Yeah, 82nd to 98th, Milwaukee. That gets residential out there. Is it that people are toilet paper?
Yeah, kids have something left over at night and they want to not take it home for any evidence.
Did you ever TP anybody?
I did.
Egging and TPing and stuff?
Yeah. I was part of the group. I wasn't the instigator, but I was part of the group, yes.
We had a pretty good run doing that for a stretch one summer. And then
we ding-dong ditched a lot.
Sure.
But you could take out the ding-dong and go knock-knock because a lot of them didn't have doorbells.
No doorbells, but yeah. We got into a thing where we were forking lawns.
Uh-huh.
So we'd buy a pack of like 100 plastic forks and stick them in the yard.
Yeah.
And then the one guy would go in and stick them in. The next guy would have like a jar of Vaseline.
Yeah.
So you couldn't hardly get them out.
Yep.
That's just,
Yeah.
We'd spell stuff out in like Fruity Pebbles to stain the lawn.
Yep.
Make it say, hello or something. We're pretty.
Yep.
Nothing permanent.
No. Yeah. It was just good weekend fun.
We TP'd this one person, probably my junior or senior year of high school, and then we sat across the street and waited for her to go clean it up because they saw it when we did it, and then right when they went to bed again, we did it a second time.
Did you ever TP a house and see the hose at the house and turn around and put the hose to the tree?
We didn't paper mache it. Yeah, we didn't do that. No, we didn't do that.
It's really hard to get off when it's wet. I will tell you that.
But we got caught one time, and that kind of ended our run.
Kind of ended it. Yeah.
Well, the cops found us following each other around in a residential neighborhood, and so they pulled us over. And they were like, "What are y'all doing?" We were like, "No, we're just driving around. Nothing." It was like there's 19 guys and 2 cars. Y'all are doing something. And we talked them out of it. So they were like, "Well, we're just going to follow you home.
Yeah.
Make sure you get home." So we drove home, and then when I was getting out of the back seat, I kicked a roll of toilet paper out, and they were like, "All right,
way to go, Rob!
All right, get your parents out here." So they gave the parents the ticket, which was bad too. But
I didn't go to prom my senior year, so me and a couple of other guys, while everybody was at prom, got garden gnomes and put them in people's front yards that we knew that were at prom.
Oh,
so
awesome.
that was
awesome.
That was
Did you ever get flamingoed, Craig? That was a big thing in Lubbock.
Not kind of. I lived next door to another guy, and he kind of put it in between our yards. But yeah.
That was a big. You would like pass around the flamingos. And that was like a whole thing in Lubbock.
I mean, our thing was, it's probably not a good idea now. But, I mean,
great stories start out that way, yeah.
We'd go get toothpicks.
Oh.
Toothpick people's front yards.
Okay.
Like thousands of them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, our house was notorious for attempting to get TP'd. Because we have one massive tree in our front yard.
Yeah.
And we got TP'd once. And I think in the span of a summer, they attempted it 9 times. And we caught them every time but once. And that was the first time they did it.
So when if you TP'd a house or you got TP'd, who cleaned it up, the parents or the kids?
Oh, the kids, yeah. Yeah, the kids were doing it.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I saw something at a 7-Eleven store. A guy had a pickle jar. He's got water in it. He's got a lemon in the water.
Yeah, balancing the coin.
And you try to put a quarter on there. Of course, he'll give you the quarter change and so forth. Well, his little jar had had lots of quarters in it.
Yeah.
And he said he hadn't seen anybody do it yet. And there's got to be, it's got to be extremely difficult.
Oh, it's impossible, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a guy doing that the other day, and he drank the water. That's disgusting. But one way to win.
Yeah, that's right.
Then the lemon's just sitting on the ground, and it's easier to.
Yep.
Imagine drinking the water, though, and then the quarter falling off anyways.
All that. Yep.
This question, do you think the offense is going to be more air raid style or balanced run pass? Mike Leach, my favorite Mike Leach quote ever about football, anyways, was that balance is not run pass. His expectation of balance was everyone getting involved.
Yeah.
And so I think if Caleb Douglas and Coy Aiken and the running back room and the tight ends are all involved in the offense, that's a balanced attack. At the end of the year, if it's 45, 55, run pass run, whatever's winning, whatever's scoring points, I think right now it might be that you're more pass.
Yep.
My expectation when Quentin Joyner, Cam Dickey, and Jacoby Williams was that you'd be more run. But I think you could see more screen game and getting Roy Alexander involved behind the line of scrimmage and Coy Aiken and Reggie Virgil and Caleb Douglas and thrown to the sidelines and
Coach
doing
Leach,
some tunnel screens and stuff.
He talked about Torian Henderson one time. He said everybody's talking about his rushing yards. Well, let's put that bubble screen as a rush. Let's take that
all-time leading receptions guy.
Let's take that wide out screen as a rush. So I think balance is can be distorted a little bit because of how you use the passing game as a rushing attack.
Bullfighter wants to see Nebraska, Texas Tech at Choctaw, the old Globe Life.
Huh.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a football stadium now.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, that's it for us. The bottom line up next. We'll clear out, let the boys come in.
Game week.
We'll see you tomorrow.
This has been the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 107thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.